Here we are, 15th of November 2008. We're celebrating the 10th Wingding. Now the Wingding is a remarkable tournament. There is no other tournament to compare with it. It's taken on and performed in the honour and in the name of Yoon Gum Wing. He's affectionately known as Wing. Now Wing worked at the Squash Centre for many years, operating the bar. He was born handicapped, so many of the advantages that we enjoy, he didn't have. But he never for one moment felt sorry for himself.
Well, I remember well, I just couldn't get over the fact, I mean, the guy had trouble walking. He used to have his arms way out to the side to balance himself, to be able to walk. And in spite of all that, he was always cheerful. We had so much fun with him. He used to be so cheeky. He was always trying to cheat us out of court money, but it was always very good-natured. And I think all the guys that would remember him, he would always say, "You're not paid a quart." And he would invent all these amazing stories of how to get $50 out of us, and we would try and get it back with beer discounts on a Friday night. It was hysterical.
Wing. When I hear the word Wing, it just makes you smile. He was one of those guys that just made you feel good. And I think of squash, we think of ourselves as a big world family. And squash, Wing was certainly part of that squash family.
And when he passed, it was just such a shock to us all because he'd become instrumental. He was Hong Kong squash.
So, a number of friends, when he passed away in tragic circumstances in 1998, got together and a fun tournament was put together where teams come together. They're given a colour which they interpret in the way that they see fit, and usually that involves with what men are like. They legally cross-dress, ergo my outfit today, and we play a very demanding game of squash.
I've been involved with this ever since it started, I think, and it gets more and more tiring every year as I get older. But playing 13 times 3 matches, 39 minutes non-stop, is rather exhausting to say the least.
Believe me, when you come off court, you need a nurse like me and a syringe like this.
This tournament is held every November, and it's the great coming together of all the different squash clubs in Hong Kong.
What's gone on now, I think great credit has to go to a couple of people. First of all, Phil Head, because it was Phil Head that insisted that we made a fun day, and he really was the inauguration of let's get really stupid, let's have Wing remembered properly every year, and then Tim Everest, of course, has taken it on to be a fairly giant tournament. I think we can probably claim it's the biggest squash tournament in the world that runs continuously all afternoon.
It became apparent to me that actually quite a few people didn't know who Wing was. So it was suggested, it was Julian Ragdas, myself, we got together, we decided to make it a charity element because after all, he was handicapped, and if we could give a little bit back to society, wasn't that a good thing?
And we're able to reach out to more people to let them be aware of how the squash fraternity in Hong Kong is helping out for people that are less fortunate than themselves.
The people at the other end of the social scale who have no one to help them, no one looking out for them, we can help. We can do an awful lot, and a little goes an awful long way.
People who aren't squash players or who aren't able to come here on the day can still make a contribution towards a really good cause.
Without you, no matter what we do at the front end, it doesn't work. So really, give it a big hand of applause for yourself.
Squash is proud to have people from all walks of life that, you go from the farmer right up to the top executives, and they just feel as one big family.
International players come and support us now and again. I think we've had world number 6 playing in this tournament, running in the afternoon, sometime playing left-handed to give the other guys a chance, and it's just awesome.
And I'm hoping over the years that we can reach out across many other sports and not just be the Squash Society, and maybe have a rugby event, maybe have a hockey event, and I think we can really raise Wing's profile and take what he stood for and do something really worthwhile.
It's absolutely fantastic what we do and the amount of money we raise for Operation Santa Claus.
Wing, if he could be here and he could see what we do in his name and what we do in his honour, he would be mightily proud. It would really have touched his heart.
There's lots of pretty people here sharing sochis and passing letters in. There's lots of questions answered and metaphysical, astronomical songs, words printed on papers that seem too mystical. It's so magical. People that dance and compute that no one's better than you.